Meanwhile, more than 60 people in northern India have been killed by dozens of lightning strikes. Thunderstorms caused widespread damage to trees and properties. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed grief over the deaths of at least 20 people due to lightning strikes in several districts of Rajasthan on Sunday. The Prime Minister took to Twitter, expressed his deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. Among the dead, 11 were from Jaipur, 3 from Dholpur, 4 from Kota and 1 from Baran. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has also announced ex gratia of 5 lakh rupees for the kin of deceased. Not only Rajasthan, but the lightning killed several in Uttar Pradesh as well. Madhya Pradesh too. At least 41 people have lost their lives at different places. In Uttar Pradesh particularly, maximum deaths. 14 of them were reported from Prayagraj. Compensation has also been announced in Uttar Pradesh. 2 lakhs will be given out to relatives of the deceased. 50,000 rupees will be given to the injured.
After a long wait for the monsoon, now UP witnesses lightning and thunderstorm at several districts of Uttar Pradesh, including Prayagraj, where 14 deaths have been reported. Other than that, Kanpur, Fatehpur, Kaushambi, Sonbhadra and many other districts have been affected. More than 41 deaths have already been reported in Uttar Pradesh. The government of UP is on high alert and CM Yogi Adityanath has given clear instruction to send the relief and at the same time the compensation to the families. At the same time, the meteorological department has said that for coming 1-2 days, the situation will be under the monitoring, and at the same time, UP government has given clear indications to make sure that this relief should reach to the families as soon as possible. But with that, UP is on alert with the cases reported from many districts, and CM Yogi Adityanath has also given again indications to make sure that the relief is sent to the family members on time. In Fatehpur with cameraman Neeraj Kumar, Abhishek Mishra for India Today.
A terrible, devastating tragedy struck Rajasthan on Sunday evening and night, in which 20 people lost their lives due to sky lightning at various places. We are right now at Amer, where you can see a search operation is going on right now. Early in the after the tragedy struck on Sunday night, the members of the State Disaster Relief Force are trying to find out whether there are any more bodies to be found. You can see the rescue operation or the search operation that is currently on. This is the watchtower where sky lightning struck on Sunday. You can see the telltale signs out here. There are remnants of birds, there are slippers, there are specks that are lying around. This place, this watchtower is about 500 meters away from the Amer fort, and this is an arduous route which around 40 people took on Sunday evening to enjoy the rains that signaled the onset of monsoons in Rajasthan. But little perhaps they did not know what kind of tragedy awaited them.
Now, the annual Rath Yatra is currently underway in Odisha's temple town Puri amid strict COVID curbs. The Rath Yatra festival is associated with Lord Jagannath. Like last year, this year too, Rath Yatra is being taken out without devotees, and only temple officials are allowed to attend and to pull chariots of the Trinity, Bhagwan Jagannath, Balabhadra and Devi Subhadra. Under the COVID guidelines, only negative COVID report people are allowed to attend this event. Servitors attending the rituals were subjected to RT-PCR tests, and only negative tests, those with negative reports, were allowed in the Sri Mandir temple. In fact, the Supreme Court had put stamp of approval on Odisha government's decision to allow Rath Yatra only at the main Jagannath temple of Odisha. Prime Minister Modi also greeted countrymen, saying that we bow to Lord Jagannath and pray that his blessings bring good health and prosperity in people's lives.
The chariot festival is underway here in Puri at the Jagannath temple. We can see the chariots over here, the chariots of Goddess Subhadra and Lord Jagannath, which are here because the chariot of Lord Balabhadra has already begun its journey from here, with the Purohits pulling the chariot all the way from the Jagannath temple to the Gundecha temple, which is around 3 kilometers away. After this chariot is being pulled, only then will the other two chariots be pulled by the Purohits following this one. We can see Purohits pulling this chariot, and they have undergone an RT-PCR test amid strict COVID protocols. They have tested negative. They have also been vaccinated, only then permitted to participate in this festival. Apart from that, around 800 police officials and other temple officials have been permitted after testing negative for COVID-19. While the Purohits are pulling the chariot, there is sanitization being taken place. Continuous sanitization measures are in place amidst COVID-19 protocols, amidst COVID-19, the pandemic, and in keeping with the protocols. Apart from this, devotees are not allowed to participate in this festival, and there is a curfew imposed from 8 p.m. on Sunday till Tuesday. With camera person Tapush Berry, Prema Rajam in Puri for India Today.
Meanwhile, Indian Medical Association President Dr. Jayalal has now said that holding any festival is not advisable as it can be dangerous. IMA has also requested the government to reconsider their decision regarding any kind of mass gatherings. This appeal comes when Odisha's Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra is currently on in full swing with a number of COVID restrictions in place. We're looking at the multi-state Rath Yatra. The procession is also round the corner. Officials are trying to figure out how such a yatra how can they really ensure that people follow protocols and the yatra there to take place with much precautions amid this pandemic. Several instances have already been reported in just the last 1 year of how religious events have turned into super spreader events. Now, surge of COVID deaths all across India. They don't seem to be caring for COVID safety, mass social distancing, all alien to people. They don't remember the death toll that the country incurred over the last year. Appears that they don't even recollect the killer oxygen crunch, where people were hustling for a hospital bed without oxygen. In fact, we're looking at all protocols thrown to the wind, people out there making merry, traveling in fact in most parts of North India, out there shopping, enjoying themselves. All that said and done, curbs have been lifted, but the least bit that the tourists can do right now is to follow COVID protocols. Wear your face masks, maintain social distancing, but clearly here it appears that people care the least, and this has triggered serious fears of an impending third wave. Can India really afford this kind of criminal carelessness? Now, amid the fears of third wave of coronavirus, a large number of tourists are currently visiting the lake city of Nainital without any fear, flouting COVID norms. In most places in Nainital, tourists were roaming without masks, not participating, in fact, not adhering to any COVID protocols that are in place, including social distancing, wearing of masks. Experts here fearing that the third wave of the virus will this time, more likely than not, harm children. They're the most vulnerable. And these kind of crowds only triggering serious fears of a third wave. In fact, the administration has enforced new rules to control traffic there. They've imposed strict restrictions in which up to 35 kilometers before Nainital in Katgodam and Bowali. Stickers are being pasted on vehicles going towards the lake city. They're being sent through different routes altogether. A fine of ₹500 is also being imposed on those not wearing masks. Anybody who's creating a ruckus or gathering in crowds without social distancing are cracked down on. They're being threatened by the police to even send them to jail if they don't adhere to protocols. But it doesn't seem like it's really deterring people who are out there to enjoy.
वहाँ पे टेस्ट करवाया, ठीक है, वहाँ पे बोलते हैं कि वापस जाओ, वहाँ पे जाके टेस्ट करा के आया, फिर नैनीताल के लिए जो पहला कट आता है वहाँ से उन्होंने ब्लॉक कर दिया कि आगे से जाओ, फिर नीचे परेशान कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे परेशान कर रहे हैं।
आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
हम लोग आए हैं फरीदाबाद से, सुबह 5 बजे के निकले हुए हैं।
आपके पास डॉक्यूमेंट
सब कुछ है, सब दिखा दिया, सारा कुछ दिखा दिया, टेस्ट रिपोर्ट भी दिखा दी।
Coming up next, Richard Branson.